Alright, today we're going to be changing the shift solenoid in a 42 RLE in this Dakota. I probably won't do a whole lot of filming just because it's going to be a mess and I don't want to get my phone all shitty, but I'll try to film as much as possible, tell you the steps of what I'm doing to get the job done. Alright, so we got the valve body out. It wasn't all that difficult to do this job so far. The hardest thing was the plug on the passenger side on these Dakotas is extremely hard to get your hand into, and when you're pulling it out, if you don't clean up this shaft a little bit, it is an incredibly tight seal. You just got to pry on it a little bit, and I was able to pry right here and pull on the other side with my other hand, and it came right out. But you got to make sure that you put the shifter into low so this latches on, and then it lets everything drop right out. And then it was just 4 bolts on the bottom side here to change that over, and these pieces will fall out when you're doing it with the truck sitting, or with the transmission just in the truck. So I'm gonna have to get these to balance in place when I put them back up in. It's probably gonna be the trickiest part. But besides that, the job wasn't too hard. Oh, the shift lever right there has a square nut on the back of it, and it just kept spinning, so I did have to tack weld it in place to get the bolt out. But besides that, it's been a pretty simple job. All the valve body bolts are the same, so you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. So we're gonna get this put back together, and hopefully that block was the problem, seeing as how it only stay in first and second gear, it wouldn't shift up. All the research I did said that's what the problem would be, and you could tell that somebody had already been in here before, so it might have been bad once before, or somebody tried to change it and they just couldn't get this rod to pull out through. But we're going to try to get it stuck back up in there. Hopefully this fixes the problem. If you have any questions, if I didn't explain something good enough, feel free to leave a comment. I don't get a whole lot of comments, so I'll answer you back. But let's get back to putting it together. Alright, so it went on actually pretty easily. As you can see, it's up there. The hardest part was balancing those 2 pieces. I believe they're the overdrive and underdrive actuators. And I just stuck the valve body halfway in, set them up in there. I could stick my head up high enough to see that they were straight, and it slid right in. So all we gotta do now is finish putting the rest of the bolts in the valve body. Put the filter back on, put the shift linkage back together, and the 3 plugs, the one on the passenger side and the 2 on the driver's side, and this job will be done. Probably won't take it for a drive to show you if it's working or not. I'm hoping it's working. I'm guessing that was the only part that was bad from all the research I've done, because I still need to get front rotors on. The one's warped pretty bad, so I don't want to drive it with that because it rubs and smells and gets hot. But I'll make another video of changing the rotors one of these days. We'll give you another look at the valve body real quick. Super simple. It went right up into place. Once you sand down the top of the rod where the shift linkage goes to, you won't have no problem. This whole thing took me probably about an hour. The longest part of the job was taking everything apart, just because there was rusty. I had to weld that nut to get the bolt out of the shift linkage, and one plug was incredibly hard to fit my hand into. So it's probably going to be fun plugging it back in, but oh well, it is what it is. So one more thing fixed on this truck. We'll make more videos. I'm sure you've seen this truck in the background. It's big block Chevy. I got a video on it. We got some more work to do on it. It needs gaskets and everything for the engine and the headers and all that. And then we'll take it out and play in the mud. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll work on some more stuff. Have some more fun.